Well, welcome in once again, everybody, to another, it's going to be an awesome edition of the 19th Hole podcast for golfers. I'm your host, Dennis Silvers, coming to you, of course, live from the great Rigel Studios right in the heart of Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. And I got two words for you. It's hot. Weather here in Las Vegas has been extremely hot, 109, 110, 111, 112. A little bit of humidity because we're just getting over the monsoon season right now. Clouds are going away. But you know what? The humidity going away is good, but that means temperatures are rising. So, the golf courses are just jammed early morning because everybody wants to beat the heat. But that's what it is here, and it is what it is. I hope that doesn't deter you from making a trip out to Las Vegas because, hey, man, we're fully open. The golf courses are doing great. They're in good shape. So we'd love to see you out here. As most of you know that are steady viewers of the show, and we do appreciate that on various platforms, I rarely wear a hat. And the reason that I'm wearing this hat, two good reasons. Number one, this is the logo for Sticks Golf out of Chicago. They were out here a couple of weeks ago at the PGA show, had a great time. They make a very, very good-looking golf club, and they're extremely affordable. So if you're looking for a new set, hold off a little bit because I think we're putting something together advertising-wise, and you'll learn all about them. But great logo and really a great company. And also, by the way, they're doing something with our title sponsor, Encore Golf, which kind of ties in, and that's very, very cool as well. Speaking of Encore Golf, let me just mention this. Club Encore has a yearly membership, but they just came out with a monthly membership, which is only $10 a month. And let me tell you what you get that. You get free shipping on a dozen golf balls. You get free personalization on a dozen golf balls. You get 10% off on other merchandise that you might order. So it literally pays for itself. So you're getting it like for nothing. So check them out, EncoreGolf.com. I'll save it till our guest gets on the show, and I want to talk to him about it because it ties in both ways. But anyway, a lot of action going on in the golf world, but, we'll save that because I want to get to our guest right away. I got to be honest with you, for the first time ever, being a golf talk show host, I left my notes in my office. So to be honest with you, I'm going to, got to kind of wing it, but I think we're going to be okay because I remember enough about this gentleman to let you know what he does. I think right now he got promoted and is the director of Parks and Recs for Pensacola, Florida. He's got a great history in golf. He was one of the lead golf instructors at Grand Cypress Golf Academy in Orlando, Florida. He was a former tour player, played on the PGA Tour, played in a number of U.S. Opens, even a Canadian championship. Most recently, he was a general manager at Osceola Golf Course in Pensacola, Florida. He was the executive director of the First Tee, known back then as, what was it known back then? Let me think. Don't tell me. Northwest Florida. I know it's changed. See, it's the hat that's doing it. Anyway, and more importantly, he's a co-founder of the Advocates Professional Golf Tour, a.k.a. APGS. So he's got a well-rounded background in golf. So let's bring Adrian Stills up on camera right now. And Adrian, thanks so much, my friend, for taking time out, coming on the show and spending some time with us.
Thank you so much, Dennis. This is a pleasure. Thanks for having me and getting the opportunity to talk to you guys out in Vegas, where it's triple digits. It's
yeah.
We're only. We're only like 95 here. But
I love it.
So I bet I
I,
bet it
90,
feels worse here.
95, you need a jacket for crying out loud. I mean, I love hot weather, as everybody knows, but when you get out, it's 112, 113 above. I mean, not only do you have to stay hydrated, I mean, it's okay if you're moving along, but no time for, like a 5 hour round or something. I'm trying to think of the gentleman that I know. I don't know if he's still there, Adrian, that was, I believe, the director of instruction at Grand Cypress. You know who I might be talking about?
Fred Griffin?
Fred Griffin. Thank you very much. Thank you
Mhm.
very much. I think we had him on years ago. Still there, still around. What's going on with him?
Fred's moved on. He's I think now working in Georgia.
Okay.
The Academy of Golf at Grand Cypress is no more. What a fantastic facility! But a company bought the whole property, and they're investing. Get this, $500 million.
Wow.
And they took the academy away and put a water park because it's right next to Disney,
Yeah.
and all kind of amenities. They're making a lot of changes at the resort. It's still there, but the golf academy is no more.
Is no more. Okay.
Yeah.
Is no more. You were executive director. You started the first tee in, I know they used to call it Northwest Florida. I know, Adrian, that some of the first tees across this country are doing very well. Some are struggling a little bit. The one here in Las Vegas actually folded, went out of business because of lack of funding, lack of support.
Hmm.
Uh, what was your impetus for starting the first tee, number one, and what can people do to make it stronger, to keep growing the game for the youngsters, because they
Hmm.
only stay in it for so long, I think.
Right, Dennis. That's a little bit of the challenge. I mean, as executive director, your job description is to promote and raise funds for the chapter. And I was fortunate moving back to Pensacola. I was already the general manager, head pro at Osceola Golf Course,
Right.
and Pensacola has a very unique history. I mean, we've got Bubba Watson, we've got Joe Durant, we had Keith Slocum, we had Boo Weekley. They're all
Wow.
Pensacolian,
Wow.
and of course Jerry Pate, who you and I know who he is.
Yep.
So I had just gotten back for about a month or so, and I was called down to a meeting, and they wanted to do a chapter. So instantly, we were very fortunate because of the support of the PGA Tour players here. Pensacola had a tour event for 48 years, so we've got a deep history with golf. And with that being said, we got a lot of local support. I did a
Mm-hmm.
pro-am every year, and Stuart Sink and Lee Jansen and all the guys that I knew would come back and support the event, mainly because of myself and Joe Duran and all the other
All
guys.
right.
So that one fundraiser did like 30-40% of our budget starting out.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, but going forward, Marty Stanovich is our executive director now. We are the first tee of the Gulf Coast now, and Marty's been able to continue growing the chapter through the support of those guys. But kind of thinking a little bit out of the box, we've got Impact 100 organization here that donated 100 grand to expand the facility where we do a lot of our programming, and it's just been kind of grassroots, kicking around local companies and getting local support.
Right.
And then that's been a big part of it, and that's why we continue to grow. We've gone from Northwest Florida, and our chapter now goes to Panama City, which is 100 miles away.
Wow, that's awesome. I know that the goal of First Tee, of course, is to teach these young people the skill of playing golf, but also they also teach them various life lessons. What, in your opinion, Adrian, is more important between the two?
Without a doubt, not one of the struggles being a golf professional, and then starting the chapter. The emphasis was put on as I would go to executive meetings. stressing more, Dennis, the life skills,
Mm-hmm.
and then using the game to reinforce those life skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you're, and I think that also helped us with our fundraising. We put it out front that, we're not trying to make a bunch of Tiger Woods participants or
Yeah.
players. We'd like for that to happen. But if you're going to do some fundraising and you say that I want to do something to make these young people turn out to be better citizens, then you broaden your perspective of your outreach and people
Right.
that you can pick on too. So without a doubt, the life skills part is more important, and it makes it a little bit of an easier sell.
As the head of the Parks and Recs in Pensacola, Adrian, do you help promote junior golf programs? They've got a couple of very good junior golf programs here in Southern Nevada and Clark
Mhm.
County. Do you do that there as well?
We do, Dennis, from the onset. I think our chapter's 13, 14 years old, somewhere along those lines. And we partnered with, it was called the Greater Junior, GPJGA, Greater Pensacola Junior Golf Program. It was in full existence. And in the summertime, like right now, they put on about 21 golf tournaments, weekly golf tournaments
Mm-hmm.
throughout the course of the summer. Three of them being very big major ones we would
Wow.
consider that we open up to the county. So we partner with those organizations and actually um, we run them out of one office. Um, the First Tee chapter has been tasked to putting on the junior tournaments. And the thought process was, okay, we've got a grassroots program of the First Tee, get the kids engaged, teach the life skills,
All right.
use golf as a trigger, and then get them to matriculate into the tournament format.
Right.
So that's been the formula that's so far, knock on wood, been successful for us here in Northwest Florida.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, I wanna start getting into a different direction with you, and I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you your opinion on a lot of players, and I think there's going to be several more, Adrian, that are jumping to the LIV tour off of the PGA Tour.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Dennis, I'm a little old school, and I have pondered over this. I worry about where we are, where the PGA Tour is. It's in a very dicey position right now. Granted, we've got great minds engaged, Jay Monahan and his crew, but it's to me, golf is one of the last sports, or maybe the only sport that I know of, where basically it's all performance based. Granted, the guys who win the most on the tour tend to get more sponsorships and other perks. But
Sure.
even those guys, when they got out on the tour, which I wasn't able to play well enough to get those big time perks, but I wouldn't give up that experience for anything. But it's all performance based. You when you start playing this game and you fall in love with it, you fall in love with the game. You fall in love with the
Right.
game.
Right.
You police yourself, and yeah, in the back of your mind, you watch TV. You want to go on, get on TV and be one of those players, but you don't want to have to. Nobody started in my generation thinking about, man, can't wait to get that $200 million contract. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
As a rookie on the PGA Tour, I was just happy to get a courtesy car on the weekend. But as
Yeah.
you, but as you play more, those perks came,
Yeah.
and I think kind of like I've always been a bigger fan before what's going on now of college basketball
Hmm.
than professional basketball
Mm-hmm.
because that desire you could see it. March Madness. Are you kidding me? It didn't get
Yeah.
any better than that.
Yeah, that's
So I
very
just
true.
yeah I just hope that a compromise can be reached. Um, because I'm saying it that way because it's starting to lean more and more in a different direction, and
Yeah.
I don't want to see the integrity of the game be shattered because of it.
Yeah, no, that's well said, and I agree with you. Hopefully they can reach a compromise. All right, I'll tell you what, Adrian, we're going to step aside, take a short break, and we come back. We're going to talk to Adrian about his experience as a PGA Tour player and a whole lot of other stuff. So stay with us. We're going to return right after this.
Welcome to Tea Time Fitness with Janice. Hi, I'm Janice Thornton with JT Fitness and Golf, and let's get into some stretches that you can do on the driving range. So grab your driver and let's get started. So let's get into a 5-iron position, and you're going to have your club across your back. You're going to hinge at the hips like you're going to hit a 5-iron. I want you to rotate to the side and come back. Rotate to the other side and come back. Keep those hips square forward and back, cross it over and back. Add that into your next driving range session. Take your game to the next level. Join the JT Fitness and Golf 90-day golf fitness program. Go to jtfitnessandgolf.com for more details.
Are you an E or a C?
Both have Ridgeback.
These are loaded with tech.
Which one are you gaming? Definitely E for me.
It's just so forgiving.
I'm definitely an E.
C is for Cheka. What else?
C is for kill it.
C is me. Low spinning bombs.
So, are you an E or a C?
I don't know. Hey, wait a minute.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to more of the 19th Hole Podcast. I'm your host, Dennis Silvers, having a great conversation with Adrian Stills, who is the co-founder of APGS. And if you're wondering, what the hell is APGS, we're going to get into that in a minute. Adrian, tell us about your experience on the PGA Tour. I remember you played in 3 or 4 U.S. Opens, a Canadian Championship. What was, I forgot exactly how many years you were out, but what, if you recall, can you pick the most memorable moment of your tour experience? And getting off of the PGA Tour, what did you learn about your experience?
You know, Dennis, it was actually only 2 U.S. Opens. And then, yes, the Canadian Open is the only national open I made the cut in.
Okay.
Yeah, but, you know, it's hard to pinpoint the most exciting part. So I guess it'll be 2 parts. Obviously, my very first event on the PGA Tour stands out. I'm from Florida, but my brothers and sisters all lived in Southern California at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And my very first tournament was the LA Open at Ribby.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. I got in as an alternate. And so I was playing with Bob Tway and Andrew McGee.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, it's Riviera. And I had played Riviera one time before. I was a sophomore in college. I came out and my sister had gotten me on the golf course. So I'm not going to say I went rocky on it, but I took the scorecard from Riviera my sophomore year in college, and I pinned it up on my mirror at college, in college in my dorm. And it's just happenstance that I get my PGA Tour card, and that's my first event.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I'm dating myself, but I look in the crowd, and there was a famous comedian. His name was Flip Wilson. He was watching, and he was walking around with a guy from Happy Days, Ralph Mouth. And hey, it's L.A., it's Riviera, and that's my first tour event.
Oh, great! So I've played it a million times. Riviera is a wonderful, wonderful golf course. It's they got a lot of great members there, and that's very, very cool. Rumor has it, though, Adrian, when you stuck that damn scorecard up on your mirror, what did it say? 81, 82? Was that your score? I mean, I got. Oh!
Ouch! Well, I tell you what, it did have like 77 on it.
Okay, all right.
It was in December, so it was kind of damp, and it was so damp. I hit like driver forward to 18. It was playing 800 yards long.
Yeah.
And but it was just a great experience. You had seen it on TV all of that time.
Oh yeah.
It's still. To this, I played a lot of golf courses, and it's still one of my favorite golf courses in the world.
It's in a great location. It's a great place. You always run into some, celebrities there, people that you know. It's really, really nice. All right, I mentioned you were the co-founder of APGS, Advocates Professional Golf Tour. Number one, tell all of our viewers what that is, how that came about, the purpose of the tour, and where do you want to grow it?
Well, it's an APGA, and
I'm sorry, APGA. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah. But it's Dennis, golf. One of the great things about golf is it opens doors. You form relationships, and it surpasses any kind of social networking that you can possibly do. I formed a company when I left Grand Cypress, an instructional golf company with some buddies from Grand Cypress. And we used to do these golf outings all over the country. And my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, invites me out to Vegas. I think I may have mentioned that to you, to do a clinic for the Advocates group. And they were a group of super achievers, all African-American and minority guys that would get together twice a year, and they do have an essay writing contest months ahead in whatever town they were having the event on. So Saturday was typically bring the kids in, mentor them about where they're going in life the first half of the morning, then have lunch, then do a golf clinic. So I get invited to do a golf clinic in Vegas, and I think it was at the Riviera Anthem golf course, and that was Saturday. Then Sunday, the guys would just partner up, and you'd have a two-man thing, and again, they'd give out prizes and the awards to the kids. So Ken Bentley, who was the CEO of the APGA Tour, happens to be my brother-in-law's brother-in-law. And I'm playing with him, and he says, Adrian, at this point in time, again, this was 12, 13 years ago, he goes, how come you're the last African-American to get to the PGA Tour through the qualifying school? Tiger didn't have to do it. And I told Ken the cost of playing mini tour golf is astronomical. There's no way to be competitive unless you're competitive consistently on a regular basis.
Right.
So I had mentioned that, the old school guys older than myself had played the Chitlin Tour, the Lee Elders and the Charlie Sifters and stuff. They played all these courses around the countries, in different communities, and that's how they sharpened their skills and got them in a position to where when the opportunity came to play in a tour event, they were ready. And Ken Bentley, being who he is, he sits on the board of Farmers Insurance and the Tiger Woods Foundation, and 30 years of Nestle's as an executive. He goes, let's recreate these events. So that's how it got started. The formula was to go into the communities, engage juniors at the different rec centers and the first tee organizations, have them come out
Right.
We do a mentor session, and then identify the top, and this was the purpose on the other side of the playing part, identify the top minority players in the country that are coming out of college that have aspirations of being golf professionals.
Yeah.
So we started out with 3 events, and now we have 18.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
we started out with we had a budget starting out at $45,000 with 3 events, and now we're 2.5 million.
That's awesome.
It is crazy. It is
That's
crazy.
awesome.
It's really come a long way.
That
a
is
long,
awesome.
long way.
That is absolutely. And I know you just recently, or a couple of months back, you had an event out here in Las Vegas at TPC Las Vegas, which is a great, great golf course. And are you coming back out here? Are you keeping that event here?
I think we are, but you're going to have to do something about the wind. I think that's the one event we had to stop because of wind.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been very, very fortunate. The PGA Tour has been supportive by letting us participate on some fabulous golf courses. Most of our courses out of the 18 tournaments are on TPC courses.
Right.
We just finished an event last week, or no, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday at Valhalla. The PGA of America
Beautiful.
got us there.
Beautiful.
We're going to Baltusrol here.
Oh, wonderful.
We'll be at TPC San Antonio. Great venues.
Oh, awesome.
The guys are really, really starting to blossom, being able to perform and play on courses like that.
Yeah, no, those are awesome venues. I'm also very happy, and I want you to tell everybody how this came about. Our title sponsor, Encore Golf, who makes phenomenal golf balls, has become the official ball of the APGA. How did that come about, Adrian?
Well, it's interesting. I wasn't aware of that until I did the research on you. I was a tournament organizer and the player development person for the tour for the first 10, 11 years. And now, since I've taken the role as a parks director, I don't have time, or I can't travel, 18 weeks out of the year. So this relationship is a direct result of the hard work of Ken Bentley and Cole Smith. They have connections, or have been very fortunate to be able to make great connections, such as Encore Golf, and Farmers, and everyone else that's supporting the tour. We've been very, very fortunate, and I can't be remiss. Cisco now is a huge sponsor and supporter of our event. So I'm sure that's a result of the hard work of your organization, sponsor, and of course Ken Bentley and Cole Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to put in, you might be familiar, I don't know if you know Andy Pope. He just won the Florida Open using the Vero 1, which is made by Encore. So, and he said, what's a Pro V compared to this ball? You know what I mean? So it doesn't get really much better than that. Adrian, what's the biggest change in men's professional golf that you see from when you were on tour as opposed to today?
Without a doubt, it's the fitness of the players. It's the fitness and how polished they are coming right out of college. As a rookie on the tour, you kind of go out there being a little shocked. Even the mini tour, when I first got out of college to play the mini tours, you jump out of the college leagues and, because you've won a couple of college events, you think you ought to jump out there and win right off the bat.
Yeah.
But these guys aren't afraid. These guys are not afraid. They're better prepared mentally and physically. And the game has lent itself to distance being not the ultimate thing, but a huge priority. So with that fitness and youth, and then the fact that they're experienced, that's the difference. That's why you're seeing the 20-something guys that are performing the way they're performing.
Yeah, I mean, some of them just hitting it so far. It just doesn't seem, humanly possible. And we were having a real discussion. Somebody did a radio interview with me last week and, about the Open. And I told them personally I was disappointed in this year's British Open because to me it was on an executive course. I mean, I know the fairways are hard. The weather was good. I said, Christ, they might as well come out here and play it in Las Vegas. The weather is so good. Because, on Sunday when people are in short sleeves and drinking cold beer and then, it's hot. There's no wind. There's no rain. But anyway, that's another story. Yeah. Anyway, Adrian, stand by. We're going to take another short break. And when we come back, we've got some more for our very special guest, Adrian Stills. Back with you right after this. We all know that just about everything today is getting more expensive, and golf is no exception. Well, I'm here to tell you about one golf company that is designed to save you money. That's right, I said save money. Welcome to BreakfastBalls.golf, a company that sells the best used golf balls in like new condition at a fraction of the price you'd pay anywhere else. BreakfastBalls.golf carries all the popular brands of balls, from Pro Vs to Callaway to TaylorMade to Top Flight and many, many more. They even will ship you colored golf balls if that's your choice. They offer a great membership program as well where members receive free shipping all of the time, plus great discounts. Save money and time. Go to BreakfastBalls.golf and check them out. So why not give yourself a breakfast ball on every tee, not just the first? Go to BreakfastBalls.golf and save money. If you're an avid golfer like I am, how great would it be living on a golf course? It's fantastic, but you're probably thinking golf course property is just too expensive. Well, I'm here to tell you that the folks at RWM Home Loans here in Las Vegas can make it happen. RWM Home Loans in Las Vegas will access a wide variety of ways to customize a loan to help you get into that golf course property or anywhere else for that matter. They offer first-time home buyer programs, jumbo loans up to $5 million, and even reverse mortgages. So do yourself a favor and call Casey Tazari right here in Las Vegas at 702-888-2251. Get started on that new home or property. That's 702-888-2251, or just go to rwmhomeloans.com.
Innovation begins at a single point. Elements, each with their unique character. Fire-forged steel creates unprecedented control. Chemistry delivers a touch so soft, combined to create a level of performance previously unimagined. Like magic, the Elixir, the new tour ball from Encore.
We have mentioned before that BreakfastBalls.golf is a great, great company, probably some of the best golf balls that have been repurposed, so to speak. They're in great, great shape. They save you money. Well, now you got a chance to save even more money. When you go online and order from them, BreakfastBalls.golf, just put in the code GOLF6969. You'll save an additional 15%. So that's really, really a good offer, and they're a great company. Anyway, back with Adrian Stills. Adrian, you're around golfers all the time. Your son plays on the APGA. He's obviously a good player. You're a very good player, obviously. Why aren't the weekend amateurs getting better? Too much. I think it's too much information. You pick up a golf magazine. There's 8 ways to kill your slice. You've got lessons on the computer now. You've got golf books. You've got discs. You've got. Why aren't they getting better? Much better.
Dennis, that's a good question, and I think I have an answer for you because. You got to look at what sells the game of golf, what pushes the needle. Golf manufacturers like to sell new golf clubs. They want people to go out and hit balls at the range, and the buzzword is I found 10, 15 extra yards.
Right.
And so that keeps the market going, has nothing to do with you scoring. Well, doesn't have as much to do with you getting better as it does just bruising amping up your ego.
Right.
It's really sexy to hit it out there 300 yards, but the thing that all of the good players know is what you do from 50 yards and in is where you're going to get better.
Exactly.
You have to go ahead and bite the bullet and put forth the work there. My students, as I teach, I tell them when you first got your driver's license that you start on the interstate. You didn't start driving down I-5 or anything like that. You started driving on cones and at 5 miles an hour. Well, consider chipping and putting and pitching as your driver's ed.
Right.
And if you want to get better with the game of golf, you've got to get really efficient with the driver's ed part of golf, which is chipping and putting.
I ask people all the time, such as yourself, a former tour player. I've got all the top instructors on the show all the time, and I says, what can you do to make practicing the short game more sexy? What do you say? Because everybody wants to get out there, Adrian, and pound it 300 yards, like you say, and work on, hooks and this and that. But it's rolling the ball. What do you tell them to make it more sexy?
I reflect back as a kid. And obviously, that was a few years back. But when
way
my parents
back
would drop me, easy, Dennis, easy. So when my parents would drop me off at the golf course and then, of course, pick me up at dark, all we could do was just putt until our parents picked us up.
Right.
And so, we'd have a couple quarters or pennies or dimes in our pocket, and we would go around the putting green so much wearing, really bad paths to each hole. The superintendent at the time and the general manager, they would make us take our golf shoes off.
I love it.
We'd end up having 4 or 5 72-hole putting matches.
Yeah.
And my oldest son also played on the APGA Tour, and he now works for a great company in Dallas, and I was at his member guest in October. I would love to see from a younger side more putting contest tournaments for younger people.
Interesting.
And then from an adult standpoint, of course, I go out to Dallas and they do everything big in Texas. They've got music, they've got a putting course, they've got a bar, they got a guy rolling cigars, and then you had a team best alternate shot putting tournament.
Wow.
I mean,
How
I just
fun.
thought that was the coolest. That was the coolest format. If you can keep the bourbon and ginger out of it, you can really get a lot better at it. But I really think those are the kind of things that could get people to work on their short game more. It's, again, a great way to network.
Yep.
You don't have to be really, really good to be able to get on a putting green with somebody that's pretty good. You can do that without infringing on their space as much.
And like they
so
said,
I think those are,
great idea. That makes up for a lot of mistakes. As best putting round you had when you were playing on tour. You remember?
Ooh, wow. Probably 2. They were very different. They used to have a tournament in Virginia called the Anheuser-Busch and Kings Mill. And I shot 65 the first round of the tournament, so I was leading the golf tournament. And I think because I was more of a ball striker, as my youngest son likes to tell me, that when they started keeping stats, you're in the bottom 10 percentile in putting, and you're in the top 5 percentile in ball striking, which is why I didn't stay out there but a year. And Anheuser-Busch was one of those events. And then I would say the Canadian Open, I played right behind Greg Norman on the third round of the golf tournament. And, of course, there was a zillion people following him. So I was typically a pretty fast player, and I was I didn't strike it very well, but I just chipped and putted the eyes out in the third round of the tournament.
Yeah, it's so much fun to do when you chip one in or something like that. There's no feeling like it in the world. All right, let me get down to the brass tacks. We're running out of time in a little bit. What does somebody have to do? Well, two questions. What can our viewers do, if anything, to help APGA? And secondly, what do you have to do to qualify to get on that tour?
Dennis, this year we implemented a membership for our players, knowing that we only had room for 70 at this point in time. I think it's full field is something like 70 players. And so you have to submit a resume. As guys matriculate off the tour, it's just like the PGA Tour. Based on their performance the previous year, we'll only keep the top 25 to 30 from the previous year's money list. Everybody else has to resubmit. So you can go to the APGAtour.org, go to the website, and you can see an application that they can fill out to be considered for membership for this new season coming up. And there's so Ken and Ken Bentley and the entire board has done such a great job in soliciting and developing new tournaments and new ideas and new opportunities. We're probably going to end up expanding the field. So I would just say go to the website, look at what's going on, because we're still getting, if not discounted, the rounds of golf on these TPC golf courses for free.
Oh, wonderful!
And with that being said, they would give us 60 spots, and they can still get regular play in behind it. With the way things are going, I see that we're going to have to buy out the rest of those spots and get full fields of 100 in these tournaments, which will make more room for more players.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a gallery at your events, Adrian?
We typically we don't, because we ride golf carts. I mean, we do. Nothing fabulous, but some of our older venues, when we play in LA, our tournament champions this year will be we normally had it at Wilshire Country Club, but there was something going on this time where it won't be at Wilshire. We'll be at Tustin Ranch. But we usually have a gallery at the tournament champions because we've got bonus pools and a lot of money on the line. Guys will be playing for it. So, and Valhalla usually gets a decent crowd out to that event. So
wonderful venue.
For the most part, it's hard to follow those guys when they're on carts.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's very true. All right, two things. You're going to let me know when you're coming out to Vegas with cash. And and secondly, I may surprise you if I come out to Tallahassee with a buddy. I mean, do you have any juice at all to get us out anywhere? At least with a media rate?
Dennis, we can make that happen. I know a few people in Tallahassee, but I noticed the little icon when your show. Are you left-hand low when you putt?
No.
Well, the guy that's putting is cross-handed. He's left-hand low.
Yeah.
So I have a rule about playing against guys that go left-hand low. I get the front tees.
Why don't I just send you the check tomorrow, okay? Just give me the address. But no, that's absolutely great. Adrian, I'll let you know. Go. I know you're busy. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Great information. We wish you well with APGA, and we look forward to you guys coming back out again. And really, I hope you make the trip out here. Anything else that we could do to get some information out for you about the tour, let us know, will you?
Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do and spreading the word of golf around to everybody. And all the best to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Adrian Stills, everybody. Great guy. All right, we'll step away, take another short break. We'll come up. We'll wrap up the show. Hey, golfers. I've been a golf talk show host for a long time, and I've been playing golf even longer. Being in golf media, I've had the chance to play every ball ever made. I've tried them all. Well, my search is finally over because I found the best ball I have ever played with, and more golfers are finding the same thing. I started playing with the Elixir golf ball made by Encore Golf. Encore Golf has revolutionized both their golf balls, the Elixir or the Avant 55, or the brand new Vero X1, to where the performance of either will simply blow you away. It did me. If you're looking for better performance and durability with your ball, Encore Golf has it. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out at EncoreGolf.com and you'll become convinced, as I am, the first time you tee it up with Encore. It's the best performing ball for the price. Go to EncoreGolf.com and see for yourself. Your scores will love you for it. That's ONCORE Golf.com.
As golfers, we want instant gratification when it comes to a better golf swing and playing better golf. Impossible, you say? Not anymore. Golf Boost Artificial Intelligence, AI, has developed and patented the most advanced swing analysis technology in golf. Simply, the algorithms detect your body position and then analyze your golf swing using their artificial intelligence technology. The AI captures all the relevant data from your swing video and then presents you a personalized lesson. Golf Boost AI is the ultimate swing analysis and virtual instruction system for golfers of all ages and abilities. This sophisticated software takes into consideration your height and build, playing level, and returns the ideal solution for your swing. Bottom line, Golf Boost AI is an incredibly convenient and cost-effective tool for golfers to improve their swing. Go to golfboost.com and check it out. The app is free to download and try. Visit golfboost.com today.
All right, great show with Adrian Stills. Nice man, and he does a great job with that tour, and good for him. Next week we've got a great show. Bobby Clampett, again, another former PGA Tour winner. He's one of the best instructors going right now in the country with Impact Golf. He's going to be on next week. So make sure you give us a look in. So we hope you get out and play some golf, warm weather or not, and we'll be back same place, same time next week. So long, everybody.